All right, fans. Well, good afternoon, and welcome to our first installment of the 2018 Fall Media Days right here on Facebook Live. We get things kicked off with a Berry women's soccer program and head coach Lorenzo Canalis and senior Megan Radosta. So first off, thanks for being the guinea pigs. First time we've ever done this. If you guys want to follow along, you can comment in the section below with any questions you have for these two, and I will pass them along. We're watching it right here. We've already got a comment from John Painter saying he's watching from North Carolina. So, John, thanks for tuning in. Coach, first off, let's get started with you. We're in year, what is it now with you in the head coaching position?
24th.
Okay, yeah, 1995, something like that. How's it feel to get started with another season?
Excited. It just seems summer goes really slow, and then all of a sudden it's gone, and the season is here. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And Megan, how about you, a senior, a leader on this team? What are you looking forward to this season?
I'm definitely most excited about the fact that it's my last year. It's going to be a whirlwind. It always goes so fast. I feel like we start preseason, and the next thing we know, we're at the end of our regular season games. And so I'm just excited to especially get to know the new players and just really enjoy my last year along with my other senior teammates, and just enjoy like every aspect of the team, traveling, every part of this sport that I've grown up loving. It's bittersweet, but I'm excited for this whole year. It's going to be awesome.
You really played all over the field. You played defense, midfield. Are you playing goalkeeper this year?
I actually just talked to my assistant. Yeah, maybe one day. No, probably not. We have 3 awesome goalkeepers who are planning on coming in, and so I'll leave that position to them. But yeah. I enjoy playing a multitude of positions. I think it's fun to kind of experiment like different aspects of the field and to experience like what my teammates are also experiencing in their set positions. So I just kind of go wherever they put me. It's been fun.
Coach, every team across the country at Berry kind of has its own culture and its own identity, its own set of core values. What do you think that is for the women's soccer program?
Well, I think first and foremost, we recognize that these are student athletes, and as such, we frame our being and our value to each other and to the school, not just as soccer players, but as collegiate soccer players. Specifically at Berry, we emphasize sportsmanship. We emphasize the whole package, not just winning at all costs, but winning with style and having a proper conduct off the field, performing in the classroom. So it's the whole package really that we're looking after. And to their credit, the kids have done just a wonderful job at it over the years.
Megan, look back at when you were a high school senior and you're looking for a place to go. Mm-hmm. What was it about Berry that made you want to come here? And how did you learn about the school?
It's a really cool story. My college counselor in high school, she did a really awesome thing where she went on tours of different schools just to see what that experience was like. And she came back one weekend and told me that she came to Berry and was like, I could see you 100% at this school. So then I visited, and I absolutely fell in love with it, like before I even knew that I had the possibility of playing soccer here. And then probably around middle of my junior year, that got really into the recruiting process between the two of us, and I just loved my visits up here. I met some of the team before I officially committed, and everyone was just so genuine and nice, and I thought that this is definitely the place where I could see myself living for the next 4 years. And one of the things my parents actually asked me before I ended up committing was, if you one day got injured and couldn't play soccer, would you still want to go here? And I said, absolutely, 100%. And soccer is just like the amazing bonus that I've gotten to experience the past 3 years, going on 4. So I think it was, like Zoe was saying, like the whole package of the school, the community, and the fact that I got to play the sport that I love. Like that was all what helped me along in that decision.
So this may be a really hard question then, but what has been the most rewarding experience for you in these past 3 years and then heading into your senior season? Because a lot of people watching may not know you president of the SAA SAC this year, the first one they've ever had. So hopefully, I'm assuming that's a pretty rewarding experience. But What do you think has been the top thing for you?
Oh, wow. That's a hard question. Well, first of all, I have just absolutely loved my entire time on my team. The friends that I've made and like the lifelong friendships that I think I will keep from this team is very rewarding, and just knowing that this is a community that I will always be connected to is super rewarding. Also, we won intramural basketball my junior year, and that was one of the most amazing, I'm sorry, my sophomore year.
You got that T-shirt, right?
We got that
Yeah.
T-shirt, but that was one of the most like adrenaline rushing moments of my life. That was very rewarding.
It had never happened.
It had never happened, so that was exciting. And then also just like determining what my major was, that's also been really rewarding. I'm an early childhood education major, which I had no idea what I wanted to do coming in, and I think being at Berry really showed me that like I do have a passion for teaching and for leading little kids. So that's been rewarding, just like finding out what I want to do with the rest of my life. And then also just like my friends outside of my soccer team, because I love my team, but there's so many awesome people at Berry just in general. That's been really cool too. And just like being with my coaches and my family through this whole experience. I live pretty close to home. That's been a very rewarding thing, that they've been able to see me do a lot of things here too. So
Good. Well, Coach, having done this for a long time, what is your favorite part of coaching every year?
The preparation, not just for preseason to start, but the actual preparation of the practice and then the implementation of it. And then if it works properly, then the kind of the satisfaction that you get out of it. Wins and losses are important, obviously, and I think if you win, you have more fun than if you don't win, regardless of what we say. But I think that's kind of like the end of the journey, as opposed to I like the travel part. I like the journey itself as the most reward for me.
Any thoughts on the freshmen coming in this year?
It's a good group. There is 10 of them, diverse. There's quite a few of them are strikers, but a little bit of everything, goalkeepers and defenders and midfielders as well. So it's a diverse group. It's a talented group. We've seen him play several times. You just don't really know what you have until you start working with them, and I'm sure it take them a little while to get used to us. But on paper, this is one of our best recruiting classes ever. So,
Does Coach ever teach you guys any Italian?
well, actually, so one of the main things that we say, and it's actually our cheer before we start any game or in practice or anything like that, it's ho fame or o fame. Sorry, the H is not supposed to be pronounced. Silent H. But it just means I'm hungry, and it was kind of an inside joke for a while, but the team that coined it just made it like our expression. Just like we're always hungry for a win, we're always hungry for more, we're hungry.
That was the result. It started with people asking, where are we eating?
On the bus.
Half hour after we get on the bus, and then some smart one decided to see how do you say I'm hungry in Italian, and all of a sudden from the back of the bus you could say "Oh fami, oh fami." So we adopted that, and then we said, well, if we're hungry for food, then why aren't we hungry for victories as well? And
That's good.
So we're hungry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What that kind of leads into a good question, Megan. What's been a favorite story or just a great memory that you've had from a road trip?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so probably our bus.
She didn't hesitate. Notice that she went straight into it. So.
Well, I mean, there are a lot, so
Yeah.
I could go on and on. But one of my favorite events was probably the first time we ever did bus karaoke, headphone
Bus
karaoke. I'm
karaoke.
sorry. It's where you put on headphones and blast them with a song as loud as you can so you can't hear yourself sing. And then we just have our teammates stand up in the middle of the bus and sing along with that song. And you just hear the best voices on the team that you're like, I never would have expected that they could sing like that. And some of the worst voices I think I've ever heard. Yes. So, and we have a wide variety of genres, anywhere from One Republic to Rihanna that we sing. I mean, that's probably, and that's become a tradition. I think we did that my freshman year for the first time, and now it's like every time we go on a road trip, we're like, okay, who wants to do headphone karaoke?
Headphone karaoke. That's awesome. We got a question here from Peter Gunn, a former student worker of mine. So, Peter, appreciate you tuning in. The question is, for this upcoming season, Coach, what is kind of going to be the structure? He's asking maybe a 4-3-3 or something along those lines.
We started last season with a 4-3-3, and we realized that we're actually more dangerous going forward with 2 forwards as opposed to 3. So we're going to start with a 4-4-2 and a diamond midfield. I think the strength of the team is going to be the midfield. The defense it will be good as well. And then up top, we need to improve on the 12 or 14 goals that we scored last year. We need to double that or triple that or quadruple that would be perfect. So in terms of emphasis, we're going to try to shift the possession further down the field. So don't keep the ball as much in our own half, but be a little quicker in moving the ball, and then try to keep possession in the front half. And also taking some chances that sometimes last year I felt that we needed, except for Megan, which was at the opposite end. A lot of the other players wouldn't shoot until they got so close to the goal that it was almost a tap in. So we want to find that mid-range. I don't think we scored any. Well, you did once, scoring from outside the box. We need to improve in that quite drastically. So we'll do some training sessions and there'll be emphasis on that.
Peter was also asking about some of the speed in the league. When you look at Center and Swanee and some teams, just a very good league all around. So what are your thoughts on the SAA this year?
More than speed, it's athleticism. Center has by far the best athletes, and they had the most best athletes. So in the day that year, 2014, I think that we went undefeated in regular season, and then we had to play the conference tournament on 3 successive days. We just ran out of steam on the 3rd day, and we ended up losing to Center. They had the best athletes and the most number of athletes, and they won the conference. Swanee, we keep losing to Swanee, but really those are games that we should have won. I mean, if you look at the stats, if we look at the way we played, we were right there. We just could not put the ball in the net. Rhodes is also very athletic, not as technically proficient as Center, but maybe a step below, but very, very direct and athletic. And then everybody else in the league is getting better. Hendricks ended up upsetting Rhodes and Swanee, I think, to make the final of the conference tournament after finishing behind us in regular season. Oglethorpe, I know they're coaches and they do a very good job in recruiting and coaching, so I'm sure they'll get better. Millsaps, the same. So it's a very competitive league. I mean, we had a poor season record-wise last year, but we were in 5th place in the conference with a 3 and 4 records, and except for Rhodes, all of our games were 1-goal games, one way or the other. So of all the things that we can improve, that we need to be more consistent in scoring.
Megan, from your perspective, what do you think is the most important thing for the team heading into this season in order to have a solid senior year for you, but also a very good year for the team overall?
Yes, I think that team chemistry can work wonders on the field. And I do think that this year we have so much potential to succeed and do well in our conference if we have that chemistry on the field. We always get along so well, and I think that's just something that in translating to playing, being on the same page and things, that's something that we can always improve on as a team. Also, I think the freshmen this past year, so upcoming sophomores, they contributed so much to the team last year, but they were also freshmen. And I just remember my freshman year, it was kind of a whirlwind. It was very, I was nervous a lot. So I think having that first year under their belt will give them so much more confidence, first of all, but also just allow them to perform where they feel comfortable performing, and that will contribute to the team chemistry on the field as well. So, and along with scoring goals. I think that will come with like people being in the right spot at the right time, on that same page, that same wavelength as each other. I really do think that that is one of our main struggles. So as long as that is one of our main focuses this year, then I think we have a high chance of performing extremely well this year, especially with the incoming freshman class too. It's just a solid group of girls, so we got to work on getting the nerves out of them too, though, because that's it's always a little inevitable that the freshmen coming in, you just have to shake it out of them a little bit.
I'll leave this up kind of for both of you, but a couple games last year, several hundred fans came out, very good community support from Rome Arsenal and those kind of organizations that are right here in town. How awesome is that as a player and as a coach to have that kind of support from the Barry community and then from Rome as well?
It is incredible. It completely changes like your whole outlook on a game. If you see the stands are filled with people, you're just like, I have to perform for them. It's almost like you're an actress or something out there, but in a good way. Like, in my eyes, it's positive pressure, and it always just makes us kind of step up our game a little bit because we know that there are lots of people watching, and it just means a lot that, especially even just being at Ford, like it's a little bit of a ways away from like the main campus, but that people are willing to spend 2 hours of their Saturday or Sunday.
Futons and couches up there, yeah.
I know. It's really amazing. So it's very much appreciated by all of us, and we are just so like blessed to be able to play in front of all those people. I think it's really amazing when you walk out and even before warm-ups start, there's already people there like ready to watch. Our parents are super supportive. I feel like we have such an amazing group of parents who will drive hours and hours to home games and away games to watch us play for their little girls. So yeah, we're really, it's an honor, honestly, to be able to play for Barry students, for Barry faculty. It especially means a lot when our professors are there. I know I invited a few, and it's just like, oh, like you came, that's so awesome. So yeah, I'll let you go.
Well, I think playing at home should be an advantage for the home team, and that just comes not just from the regular routine that you get to do, changing your own lockers, sleeping in your own bed, etc., but first and foremost from the support of the fans. So there's some games that unfortunately if we play it at 3 o'clock on a weekday, it's hard to get fans to, but if we play on the weekend, we do try to market it in the soccer community, at least in Rome. But the last couple of years, I would say the support within Barry from Barry students has really been more louder and more numerous that has been in the past. So I love that trend, and hopefully we'll continue, and we'll give them something to cheer about by winning on a regular basis. So.
Well, their schedule is online right now at BarryVikings.com. Click on Women's Soccer Schedule, and you can check that out. Seriously, thank you guys so much for taking some time with me. Tomorrow, the men's soccer team, head coach Rich Vardy and Carson Oakes, the goalkeeper. Megan's also going to be a goalkeeper this year. Tomorrow, Rich Vardy and Carson Oakes are going to join us from the men's soccer program right here on Facebook Live once again, so be sure to tune in for that. Guys, thank you so much once again, and good luck this year.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.